Happy fucking Thursday. Juan Soto is a New York Yankee. Finally. You should have had him a couple years ago, but Hal stepped in like the big bad boss and got it done. It was, I don't think there is, at first, I think we were just speechless. The wait was so freaking long. I hate the off season. I hate the way it plays. But the reward for all that waiting was worth it. Guys, how is everybody doing?
Ecstatic, man. Excited. I'm good.
Chris, how's everything going, bro?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I probably went to sleep around like 4 or 5. I'm telling you, I was happy as hell. As soon as I got off work, like I told NFE, boy, I went in the group chat. We got fucking Soto. We got fucking Soto.
You broke it to us first.
He did.
And my loyal co-host, Donald, how are you feeling about all of this excitement?
We're back, baby. We're back. We're back.
Oh, we are back big time.
It's awesome. Yeah. We're back, doggy. We're back. We're back, people. Yes.
But when you think about the impact, we're going to talk about the whole package and break down the players that were involved on both ends and what that means going forward. But just the impact now of him actually being in a lineup with Judge, I think speaks. It almost feels like we underpaid. You know what I mean? That payoff is going to be huge. I don't think there was anybody that was serious unless they were trolling the radio stations or the chats. Not one person was like, "No, we don't need Juan Soto." Everyone was like, "We need Soto. We need offense in this lineup. Judge needs legitimate protection. You know, we can't wait and see if Stanton's going to give us a good year. Not even a great year, a good year. We needed Juan Soto. We needed that lefty bat at Yankee Stadium. I think that has been the missing piece of this offense for a long time. And he's fucking here. This is just fucking awesome. This is that I think this is the same feeling that we've had when we got Cole. Like we felt like that piece for the rotation, that ace is here. Now we can get to work. And the pitching has been fine with Cole on the roster. It seems like things were starting to fall back into place. Now it's time for the offense to get in gear and get in line and just bring this thing home. Let's get back into the postseason. Let's get back to the World Series, and let's bring that trophy back to the Bronx. That's it. That's the game plan right now.
So where were each of you when the news broke? We'll start with Chris.
I was at my job. As soon as I got off, I saw it. So
nice. NFB?
I was hanging out with my family last night. And when Chris broke the news in the group chat, I was like, stop, man. Come on. Stop it. Like, don't stop messing with me, Chris. And then I went on and checked every source possible. And I was like, oh, crap. It's been confirmed. Juan Soto is a Yankee. And, I celebrated with my younger nephew because he's a big Yankees fan as well. So awesome. Me and this kid, we were like excited. The kid is 12 years old. So, he knows a little bit about baseball too. And me and him, we were just like, yo, Juan Soto.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh,
that's
dude,
what it's about. Uncle T, what were you doing? Were you working?
I was working. I'm always freaking working. And what's funny is you guys all know I'm sitting there. I brought my pinstripe jersey in to work with me. I was already on my dinner break. I wasn't even going to eat because I would have been too excited. And we were just going to go on live. We wanted to come on. We wanted to break the news with everybody. And it was like, but I said it in the morning. Not that I called it, but I had that gut feeling, when my son and my wife, they sent me a picture of my granddaughter and her Yankee fan onesie that I bought her. She finally fit into it yesterday. And I'm like, she's calling it. Today's the day. Something huge has happened. So I'm giving the credit to Eliana. Eliana called it. She's like, we are having a great day, and it happened. What's going on, Ruben?
Yeah. I mean, there was no way that this deal wasn't going to go down. Like it made too much sense. Even with all the hold up with the medicals and all that, I'm like, there was like a little bit of being cautiously optimistic, and I'm just like, hey, Padres, you can't drop out now. And apparently, I think Preller was trying to ask for another player, and I'm like, stop it, man. Like you're getting pitching back. What, like, you're getting some good names back. What else do you want? And we're taking Juan Soto off your hands. So some salary relief for your team.
Look, but I mean, the players involved. I mean, we have Juan Soto, Trent Grisham, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we had to give up, and it is like we said. I've said it on our shows, and I think you said it, Chris, Hector, Pete, Jason. Like, everybody said, big trades like this are going to hurt, but the payoff heals that wound, and that's the success of the player you're getting. So we were able to get Juan Soto and Trent Grisham for Michael King, Johnny Brito, Drew Thorpe, Randy Vasquez, Kyle Higashioka. Does it suck to lose King when he was really getting into coming into his own? Absolutely. But I think that he will do very well in San Diego. The prospects, they're just prospects. As high up on the ranks as they are, they haven't shown you anything yet. We hear about these guys and they never pan out. We can go through the list, of players that we got rid of that were like, oh, I can't believe, we had to move on from this guy. Look at James Caprillion was probably the most recent. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to be the next guy. What's he been doing since we traded him to the A's? He hasn't really been, he hasn't been a rock star. The fact that they added the catcher surprised me. I wasn't. I thought they would have wanted an outfielder, but I'm glad because it makes the lane for Wells to get onto the opening day roster, and I think that's the focus on that. Thanks for the years, Higgy, but it's time to go get younger again. And I think with Wells under Trevino's tutelage, I think Wells is really going to shine this year. Now, for the players that we had to give up, what was your? A lot of the names we expected. I think Vasquez was one of the guys we were or Brito really weren't mentioned as often. But when you think about the package we had to give up, how did that leave you feeling about what could come next? Or it is. What did you think about the guys we got to give up? I'm so excited I can't even fucking talk.
Who wants to go first?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Higashioka.
Go ahead, John.
I do want to give a shout out to Higashioka because he caught a perfect game last year, and he was one of Garrett Cole's one of the most trusted catchers, and Higashioka has always been a very, very good servant for the Yankees. He's been with us since forever, and I've always held him to high esteem. I think he's a good dude, good catcher. And he was our best catcher last year. Showed a bit of pop. And I wish him all the best down the road. where the rest of his career takes him. Hopefully, he has a successful one in San Diego. I really do. I want him to do well. I thought he was a really good Yankee. So yeah, I got a lot of good feelings about Higashioka. I wish him well. As for Mike King, he was our best bullpen arm last year. In fact, he's been our best bullpen arm for a while. I think it was smart to transition him into a starter because I think it's added his value, and it's increased his value, and I think it's increased his value to the point where he headed the trade for Juan Soto. Again, I wish him all the best. He's fantastic. All the best, fantastic, but it's a no-brainer. You have to bring in Juan Soto here. So those two dudes I hold to an extreme high esteem. Thorpe, top 5 prospect. He's got some. I like Johnny Brito. He did well last year in the short stint that he had when he was starting. But again, it's a no-brainer to make this move. But I certainly hold everyone that contributed for us. The Britos, the Higgies, the Kings. I wish them all the very, very, very best for the future, and I hope they have a successful time in San Diego. And it's a new start. I'm so excited the Yankees are back, man. We've been a sleeping giant for too long now. We've been a sleeping giant for too long. We haven't made that headline move since Garrett Cole. No, we haven't made that headline move since Garrett Cole. We haven't brought in the big-time name to get everyone excited since a long, long time ago. And it's about time. It's about time. It's about time. It's galvanized the fan base. Now we're excited. Now I'm already thinking about game packages to purchase and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? I'm already thinking ahead. So, that's what happens. You bring in a star here, and we will follow.
So wait, so Soto's getting you back to the States? Soto's bringing you back to the States. I love to hear that.
What
Chris,
I mean?
what did you think of? Yeah, what did you guys think about the
galvanize the fan base, and we will follow?
Yeah, exact facts.
So like, don't get me wrong. Yes, we all gonna miss King. Higgy, his time was up with us. I mean, especially when you got Wells coming up and doing good. And I said this on Jason's stream. I don't think we would have re-signed King anyway. And I feel like if we get Yamamoto, I feel like Thorpe would have got blocked. So I mean, why not trade the two people? And I think Cashman and Howe feels confident against Yamamoto. I think that's why they threw both of them in there in the trade. I mean, we haven't had a trade like this, a person like this, since probably A-Rod. And A-Rod wasn't even this young. So just imagine, and I wanted to say this too, because I also said this on Jason's stream too. Now we have somebody, if God forbid if it happens, if Jeff gets hurt, now we have somebody to step in.
That power insurance. Yep. NFV, what do you think about the package given up?
Anytime you give up a package to get a generational player, it's going to sting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting a fat return. You're getting a big return, and we got a big return. The Yankees got a big return in Juan Soto. I didn't want to see Michael King get traded, or Drew Thorpe. I mean, I would have been more okay with keeping Thorpe and letting King get traded in that package. But I mean, but it makes sense why those two guys were included in that package, and then along with Brito and Vasquez as well. It would have been awesome to see Brito and Vasquez, because I think they were coming along. I like the way they were developing, but the Yankees are very deep with their pitching, especially in the bullpen, that those guys can be, they can be replaced. And freaking D-Rod. Yeah. And Higashioka, I think it was inevitable that he was going to get traded. And the Yankees are loaded with catchers right now. They had 6, now they're down to 5, so they still need to get that number down. But at the end of the day, guys, like, I'm okay. I like this trade. I'm okay with this trade. I mean, yeah, we gave up some names, but we got a generational player back. We got a big name in Juan Soto. So this is huge, and this is Chris just said it. This was as exciting as getting A-Rod, but I think this is more exciting than getting A-Rod, in my opinion.
Well, I think that this has been the biggest offseason trade since A-Rod for the caliber of player.
Mm-hmm.
But when to what you were just saying, we weren't in a World Series drought when we got A-Rod. Like, we weren't in that point of desperation like we are now. So right. I think that that's what makes the Soto impact that much more. The other thing about the package that was made, what was interesting that I while you guys were talking, I was thinking about it. There was nobody we were begging to give up. I think that really kind of changed the emotion to the trade. Why we was hesitant for this name. No, if you're going to get this guy, I don't want to give up that guy, because we didn't have that Hicks, on the roster saying just add him into the package, just get rid of him. We didn't have that this time, which I thought was, for us in the last few years, that was really strange to think about. That there was nobody we were begging to get rid of to get Soto. We weren't even begging for Stanton, because we knew that was a pipe dream to begin with. But you really weren't hearing anybody just saying, whatever it takes to get rid of this guy. We didn't have that narrative. What do you guys think about that angle?
Whoever wants to go first.
Whoever wants to jump in. Anything, go.
All right. No, I mean, I think that's a solid take, man. I think the Yankees were, willing to give up any of these guys to get a Juan Soto, but their initial ask was 7 players, which I thought was too much. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have caved into that proposal.
Yeah,
but 7 players is too much. I'm sorry. But that's where I stand with Brian Cashman for not caving into that ridiculous proposal from the Padres. But yeah, no, the Yankees were open for business. They were open for business and called up the Padres. They said, "Who do you want?" So let us know. Make us an offer.
That's got interesting take here. Almost as exciting as the A-Rod acquisition. A-Rod was more stunning and unexpected. That's just me. The A-Rod move was difficult for me because that meant giving up Alfonso Soriano, and Alfonso Soriano was a contributor for the Yankees.
My favorite player.
Yeah, he was a 40-40 guy, and that was really tough to stomach, losing Alfonso Soriano. But then, of course, you're getting A-Rod. But for me, at that time, I was still thinking about how great Soriano was. As much as I was really happy A-Rod came, because Aaron Boone sucked. But I was really upset that we lost Alfonso Soriano. This is different. There's no one here upset about losing. No one upset about losing. Not a single player. I like him. I like Higashioka. None of them would ever stop for me to bring in a Juan Soto. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of different. It is different. Back in that time, you could make the argument that Soriano was one of the more important players the Yankees had. We're not giving up anyone that's important. We really aren't. We're just giving up good pitching depth, but we had that. This is different. This is also different because back then we were getting headline moves pretty much on an annual basis, right? We already had an incredible team with Derek Jeter and frickin', you know what I mean? We were already a World Series caliber team. This is different. We've been a sleeping giant for so long. We've forgotten what it means to be Yankees. You know, we haven't really made any headline moves. It almost feels weird that we have a winner now where we're actually making headline moves again. You know, it's nice to make headlines again. So this is totally different than back when we acquired A-Rod. You know, we were the Yankees back when we acquired A-Rod. We're just figuring out that we were actually the Yankees this year. It's just great. We're finally back, and that's why it's so totally different and far more exciting. And this is the most excited I've been in a while as a Yankee fan. And I have to also give Brian Cashman a ton of credit. To give him a ton of credit, man. He's been aggressive, very aggressive this offseason. I wonder if he's been humbled, because he's certainly acting like he's been humbled, because he's just going out there and getting work done. You know what I mean? He's getting work done. You go Verdugo for nothing, right? He managed to get Juan Soto quickly in the winter meetings. Just got down there and got it done. I love that. I love the aggressiveness. Plus, we're the favorites for Yamamoto. I'm digging how aggressive he is, and it's paying off. It's paying off. This has been a great start to the winter. Really is. I know.
Thanks,
but
I call it as I see it. I'm always going to be honest.
No, I know that.
I'm always going to be honest about that. But if he does something right, I got to be honest about that. I think he's done everything right so far.
Yeah.
No, there's not one fake one of us here that we don't just talk just to talk. We stand by what we say. But if you haven't already, if you're enjoying this discussion, hit that like button, tap the heart in the bottom corner of your screen. Let's get this thing going. We are sitting at 407 subs right now. So we got 407 wonderful family members. But let's bring it back to Cashman. How with the two moves between Verdugo and Soto, is he on the trajectory to salvaging his reputation amongst the Yankee fans? Are we happy that he's still here at this point, or does he still have a lot of work to go to get back on 100% on our good side? Chris, I'll let you go first.
I mean, all the the drought of the World Series, not trading the prospects when we needed certain players. Now that he finally did it, he wasn't prospect hugging it on his trade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still think we need to get Yamamoto, but he's pointing at the right direction. Like him and Hal, like everybody keeps saying, Hal is starting to be a Steinbrenner, and he's tired of being embarrassed about the product that's on the field. So I mean, if Cashman can get Yamamoto with Soto, I feel like that would do a lot for his reputation with us Yankee fans.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Cashman? I know you just gave him a compliment, but which I thought I was still sleeping. But how are you feeling about Cashman?
I feel like I'm in Bizarro World.
You're dreaming.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, listen, it's a good start. It's a good start. There's work to do. I need to see how the rest of the winter pans out. But this is more like the old Brian Cashman that that's helped us over the years. This is more like the aggressive Brian Cashman, which has been waiting for. This is Brian Cashman's strength. It really is. Get the big names in. That's what Brian Cashman's been good at over the years. The no messing around. let's get the big name in. When he starts getting cute, normally things kind of go wrong because he ain't that guy. It's not his strength. This is his strength. Right. There's a superstar that wants to come here. Right. Let's get this thing done. That's his strength. He's done it well in the past, and this is what he's good at. But one thing that's different about Cashman in this trade was that he didn't cry about prospects. And he didn't prospect hug. You know what I mean? And I'm glad about that. You know what I mean? He saw the value. He's like, right, no, this is good value. Got to get this done. Because look at the past. Look at the past examples where he didn't make a deal for Garrett Cole when he was a Pirate. When that was a slam dunk trade to make, he didn't do it over prospect hugging. This time there was no prospect hugging. He could have cried over Mike King, going, no, we need him. No. This is the value move we had to make. That's a positive sign. Again, you're only going to judge the man once the final painting is finished. And so that's once the roster is completed and once we're into this regular season, then you can circle back to that question. The proof is very much in how we do the rest of the year. So if we make the playoffs, have a successful year, make a World Series run, then yes, I will say I'm glad he's back. But until then, it's very much an incomplete. But so far, he's getting an A+ for this winter. So far, everything that I'm asking him to do, he's done with bells on. So very, very good, positive start. So that's the way I view it.
Yeah, I mean, Ruben throws in there, and Brad was pointing it out as well, that, Hal had to step in and get this deal done. If they're going to work in a collaboration, I'm cool with that. I think they should be working together more often. I think that Cashman's reputation amongst other GMs and other teams, I think there is, there's some phrase in the fold there. And Hal's trying to, if Hal's able to get involved and really help them get things done, then it doesn't matter who puts the final stamp on it. I think the majority of the trade was facilitated by Cashman. Cashman was trying, like we said, in regards with the package that was given up. You have a GM in Prella that's trying to do the best for his organization. You have Cashman trying to do the best for his organization. If I can hold on to one of my guys being King, if I can manipulate the deal where I get Soto and I get to keep King, I'm going to try to do that. But I think when Hal got involved was the announcement when Yamamoto meeting with them on Monday. I think Hal said, no, I want Soto on this roster before I go into that meeting. So Brian, I'm going to help you get this deal done. If they want King, send them over. Don't play around. You've done good this far, but get the deal done. I want Soto on my roster when I sit with Yamamoto. I think that's when Hal stepped in. I don't think it was Hal the whole way. Because Cashman's been very aggressive this offseason. So we're seeing him involved with a lot more. The last couple of years, always we see him sitting in the weeds, just waiting, for something to just fall on the ground that he could pick up and take home. Like, he's climbing a tree this year, and he's getting shit done. He's not wasting time. We didn't lose 3 guys in the Rule 5 draft for nothing. We got an outfielder out of it, a lefty outfielder. So now we added 2 lefties to this lineup in a matter of 2-3 days. It's crazy, but is the fact that Hal is getting more involved.
Is Medina right about this? Hal had to step in again to make this trade happen because Cashman was adamant not giving up King, and Hal had to step in and.
Well, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah, Cashman was
I think
speaking
that
very
Cashman
highly on King.
Oh, right. Okay, I wasn't aware of that update. Wait, have you guys got an article or something I can?
Well,
There was an interview
Ruben
with
put it
Brian
up there,
Cashman.
and Heyman reported it.
Oh,
It has
okay.
been just not
Because
that
here
one.
I was
There's
giving
the
Brian
other one
Cashman credit for not prospect hugging, and maybe it was Hal Steinbrenner all along.
And so everybody pointing out, talking about Hal, that this was what I was saying, that Hal was going to be heavily involved this offseason for some of these players to be acquired, like, Soto and Verdugo. I don't know how much of a say he had in Verdugo, but I know he had a say in the Soto trade. And, Hal doesn't want his name being thrown in the dirt. He does not want his brand to be an embarrassment, to be a laughing stock of Major League Baseball and amongst the fans. So, he had to step in. He did have to step in, and Cashman had to do his job because, it probably would have been his ass next year if it was another failed season, or if it was another failed offseason. It probably was going to be some words. And also, don't forget Judge and Cole being in Hal's ear, telling him probably like, hey, we signed a contract to win with this team. This is not what we signed up for. To play long years and not make the playoffs, this is unacceptable. Like we can't play for a team like this. So Cashman had no choice but to go hard. He did not have a choice but to go hard. So, but
If you guys
Hal
could
is
bring up the tweet that he had, I'd be interested because I'm looking through Heyman's account. I couldn't find it. That's very interesting, though.
I like this comment here from Brad here. Hal finally, has finally found the inner boss. I think that says it. Hal's finally found it. He's found his balls. He's like, no, we're not playing it. I think missing out on the postseason, not getting that postseason, you hit him in the pocket. And the other thing, and Hector pointed it out, right? Let's play the game that reporters do. Hector had it first, but he's the one that pointed out to all of us that the season tickets was still only 50% of season ticket holders had not renewed their tickets. I think that was like, all right, we got to make some major changes in this organization.
Facts, absolute facts.
And a business and an owner does not want their pockets getting hurt. So, when season tickets, 50% of season tickets are not bought, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. That is a huge problem. And you brought it up, Tats, the last game of the season, this past season. You said the stadium was empty. I remember watching that game on TV. That's not a good look. Yeah, it was empty. And what owner wants to see that? Nope. That's a bad look.
No, because usually there are 2 days. There are 2 days that are guaranteed sellouts: the opening day and the final home game.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to, get there, say, or friends are getting together. It was not a fun time. Not a fun time at all.
Yeah, you were there.
The whole weekend it was empty. I was there the last 2 home games. That Saturday game, I was there with Pete, Hector, Jonathan, Kevin, Mario. Like, we were all there hanging out. Then the other game, I was there with some, my Twitter friends. But it was empty. We could have sat anywhere the hell we wanted. It was crazy about how it was actually depressing how empty it was. And that was despite the rain. Because I've never seen rain hold back a Yankee fan. You know what I mean? A little drizzle never scared anybody.
Nope.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. Well, that's very interesting.
Okay. Oh, how much? We ended up getting standing room tickets for like $10. Because
$10.
Everybody was in town for Pete's event. We were there for the Audi suite, and it was like, all right, he's and that's the game that got rained out, the Aaron Judge game. So being everybody was in town, we just bought standing room tickets and went to hang out at the stadium. But yeah, we got them really cheap. We also got to hang out with TC a bit. So that was also him, Jerry, Todd. They're great people.
Oh, cool.
So
okay, so let's
the
do
weekend wasn't a bust for me. The weekend wasn't a bust for me, but
let's do a prediction. Where's Aaron Boone gonna put Juan Soto in the lineup? I'm predicting leadoff.
Actually, you know what? I can see him leading off. I can see him putting leading off game one only.
Leading off, I bet. Guarantee it.
Well,
that's such a Boone thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, he'll probably bat lead off,
Ninth.
then he'll probably bat sixth, and then he'll bat last, and then he'll bat second, he'll bat seventh. Ninth. No, but all jokes aside, I do think that Juan Soto will probably bat third.
I think so.
You're saying second, Chris?
Yeah, I want him second. I want Judge third. I always, especially like the old Yankee lineup, like you want somebody on base for Judge, especially if you get the leadoff too with Soto. Like you want Judge to score as many runs as he can. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel. But Donald is right. I can see Boone doing some buffoon stuff like that and putting him in that leadoff.
Absolutely.
Whatever Mike Fishman tells him.
Whatever Mike Fishman tells him. Well said, hype beast. Well said, brother. I'm always going to do an episode where I can rip the shit out of Aaron Boone. That ain't changing, no matter who we bring in. But yeah, I think Soto's batting third. I can see maybe Verdugo leading off, Judge second, Soto third, something like that. What do you think? Or
I think you're going to see
it's a possibility. Yeah, and I was talking about this with Jason on the live stream last night. You were on there, Chris. Because ideally I would love to have Volpe as a leadoff hitter. I think I think it would be ideal for him to get there once his bat comes alive. Because if you have Volpe lead off, he gets on base, the guy steals, and then Chris, you said Soto second. If you have him, if you have Soto batting, then if he gets on base, then you have Judge. Now you got two guys on base. I don't know if Soto is a base stealer, but Volpe is. So I mean, Volpe could be. He's already a threat as a hitter and as a base stealer as well. Just kind of throwing out some ideas, but
actually, I think Verdugo about leadoff. I can see that.
I can see that too. Yeah,
I can see that because I think they're wanting to transition LeMahieu more into the middle of the order. I don't think he's a middle of the order bat though, DJ. I think he's more comfortable leading off. But I could see Verdugo then Judge. I think they're pretty much locked in on Judge being a number two. Again, I'm kind of with Chris. I like Judge in him, but I'm old school. I like my run producer in the 3 or 4 hole. But they're pretty much locked in on Judge being second. So then I can see Soto batting third. But hey, this is fun. This is fantasy baseball. How are we going to set a lineup? This is the kind of stuff that we want to be talking about, rather than God damn, what's happened to the Yankees? Now the Yankees are back. Now we can talk some fun shop. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are saying that Stanton would still be a cleanup hitter? Because I want to see. I'd rather have Stanton down at the 7-8 spot.
Yeah, I would put Rizzo at cleanup.
Rizzo, okay.
Yeah, I would put Rizzo at cleanup. Maybe you put Stanton maybe at 6th or 7th batter.
See, that's where I would put Soto in the 2 spot. But you're gonna have it's very lefty now. If you have Verdugo lead off, then you have who's a lefty. You have Judge who's a righty batting second. Because like they're saying in the chat, he Soto likes the 3 spot.
They do like lefty.
Judge, I think is very comfortable, and I think that it's Soto is that comfortable in the 3 spot, I think Judge really takes. I think he enjoys hitting the 2 spot because if he said, "I don't want to bat," I think I should bat third, he'd be batting third. I don't think batting in the 2 spot makes that big of a deal for him. So we'll see if it changes now with some pieces around him to help him. But I don't think he cares where. If Judge said, if they said, we're going to bat you night, Judge, he don't care. Judge is going to do whatever's best for the team. So I don't see him. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Soto batting third. So now you got a lefty, righty, lefty. Then you're going to put another lefty in the cleanup spot. That's not the way. And it's not even a Fishman thing. That's just baseball. You try not to put your lefties together. You want to try to mix it up because then you're going to have an all righty bottom of the order. So if it's not Rizzo because you don't want to go left to left, who would be your cleanup hitter?
I'll take DJ.
Rizzo?
I'd rather DJ.
Put DJ in the cleanup. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want Stanton to clean up because he's gonna run into too many double plays, and we definitely don't need that.
Well, that's why I want him in the 7th or 8th spot in the lineup.
Yeah,
I'm pushing Stanton down the lineup.
You're putting Big G
I don't care about
down.
your ego. You're on the bottom of the order guy now until you prove otherwise.
Woo! Poor Big G.
I actually agree with Tats. Yeah, I agree with Tats. I mean, he has to prove himself.
Somebody knows.
It's not like, it's not like we're saying Stanton is trash or anything like that. He just need to build his confidence back up, and I feel like he can do that on the bottom of the order.
No, I still think it's the 7th spot of a lineup is still an important part because you're setting up the bottom. You're setting up the turnover to the top. So I think the 7th spot would be a great spot for Stanton.
I wouldn't put him at 4.
No, he cannot be in the. I don't want him in the top 5.
No,
absolutely not.
There's no.
I have
way.
Stanton batting 5th. I still got to show a little bit of loyalty to Big G.
No, I like Big G, man, but it's just
it's not. He has not been.
That's actually a good thing. Yeah, that's actually a good thing for him to be in the
that'll
bottom of the
motivate
order.
him.
I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't have him bat him any lower than 6th. I think 6th could be okay.
6 is reasonable.
5th, 6th, I can see.
All right, I'll go 6.
I completely forgot about Anthony Rizzo. I could see Rizzo being maybe cleanup hitter. If you got Verdugo, Judge.
Well, that's what Tess is saying. We don't want 2 lefties by each other.
Yeah, but I think we can live with it. Because where else are you going to bat? Where else are you going to bat?
Well, let me throw another.
It'll be Rizzo Stanton either way. But we've also got the question of Gleyber Torres. Is Gleyber Torres going to be here? I think
no.
No, but for the conversation, he is still on the roster, so he's got to be into the equation as well.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue he'd be the cleanup
until we have somebody else to put in his spot.
You could argue he'd be the cleanup hitter, and Rizzo bat 5th.
Yeah,
Stanton bat 6th.
I mean, does the righty lefty matter that much anymore? Because starting pitches don't go deep anymore, right? And I think that's across baseball. It's not a Yankee thing. It's also with the 3 batter minimum in the bullpen. It's not like you have to worry about every batter them being a pitching change. So, do you think that does it really matter? Take that much of an effect anymore of the righty lefty? We've gone so many years with all righty lineups anyway. So, is it really that big of a deal to have 2 lefties together anymore? We've had 1 through 6 be all right-handed.
And now you get to mix it up a little bit. So, I mean, if you have 2 lefties back to back, I mean, and if they're both good lefties, I mean, I'm okay with 2 lefties going back to back as long as they're productive. Personally,
I'm just happy. We have lefties.
Yeah, I know exactly.
We haven't had this problem in a while.
Yeah. This is a good problem that we're talking about there, Jen.
Yeah, this is good stuff. This is fun stuff. Rob's dad's chimed in. I think this is kind of the lineup that I would have in mind.
I saw that. This is a good lineup.
It's a very good
an
lineup.
excellent lineup. I like that.
We'll just have Mr. Barrows be the manager.
Well, that was kind of what I suggested. So,
All right, Mr. Barrows, you're hired.
yeah, Verdugo, Judge, Soto, Rizzo would the cleanup spot. I can see that. Stanton fifth. I would have Stanton bat fifth as well. Mayhew sixth. Torres 7, Wells, Volpe. Yeah, I mean, I think that Torres. I think he'll be traded for a pitcher, and then I think you're going to put Peraza 7th. But either way, I think that's a really good lineup, man. That's don't tell Rob that. Okay, we'll keep that a secret, man, until he watches this episode, of course.
Yeah, that poor sucker got stuck. He had to work this morning. But
So, do you guys think Torres gets traded?
I do.
I do.
Same. Yeah,
I don't
know.
Yeah.
I think it makes too much sense. We need to restock the cupboards now with adding a couple more arms if we can, which I think is very possible with the Gleyber Torres move, and I think it also means that we should give Peraza a shot.
Yeah, I think Peraza, and I predicted this. I think he'll be the starting second baseman.
I'd like that. I'd like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
DJ is going to be third.
If they're locked in on LeMahieu as a third baseman, then yeah, Peraza should be the second baseman.
Yeah, and I did hear, when I was on Jason's live stream, he was talking about the Marlins open to trading some of their pitching. So I think Brian Cashman needs to be on the phone and with the Marlins and figure out a way to get trade Gleyber Torres over there to get a couple of arms.
Mm-hmm.
A starter at least, definitely a starter.
I definitely agree. And hey, we kept a hold of Clark Schmidt, which I'm surprised we managed to do.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect now of that trade. So you've now got Clark Schmidt, should be in the rotation, should be pretty much locked in as a fourth or fifth starter.
Yeah, and Schmidt, I believe, has 4 more years of control.
Great.
Yeah, he got 4 more years.
Yeah. So it's a good thing that they kept Schmidt, and Schmidt is good. He once Garrett Cole took him under his wing, he started performing well. So
I agree with that.
I'm looking forward to Schmidt pitching next
D-Rod,
season.
better question is, do we want Torres traded?
Yes.
Yes. And it's not for his play. It's just it's the future. His future is just with us. I think that's something that we've all talked about.
No, I was just gonna say I don't see the Yankees giving him a big contract when he becomes a free agent next year.
Yeah,
I don't see him. I don't see the Yankees giving him a long-term contract and giving him a lot of money. He's owed $15 million this year, so I don't see the Yankees shelling out that kind of money. And Medina just said it right now. Torres is your best trade chip. I agree. You might as well use him as your trade chip and get some pitching back. This is what this is what a lot of respect.
We've got depth in the infield as well.
We got we're loaded with infielders.
We do. So we're loaded with infielders. We shouldn't. I don't imagine we're in any position to extend Gleyber Torres. Especially if you want to re-sign Soto, as FJ points out, and we've lost some pitching depth in the trade, so we need to regain some of that pitching depth. I think it's just too obvious, really. I like Gleyber Torres. He was our second best bat last year. In fact, our best bat outside of Aaron Judge, but that should only help his trade stock at the moment. I don't love his defense at second base. I think we can upgrade there. And now that we've got Soto, and now that we've got Judge, and we've still got Rizzo, we've got Stan, who I expect to be better. We're not short on offense now, so we can afford to trade Gleyber Torres. And I think Volpe will get better. I think Volpe
Yeah.
will slightly improve his batting average, and you might even bring a little bit more pop in as well. So I don't think there's a need to have a Gleyber Torres in the lineup anymore. I wish him the very, very best, but I would trade him, restock the pitching cupboard a little bit, and then I really want to give Peraza a shot. I think he deserves it.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know
think-
some. I go for it, Chris.
I was about to say, I want Peraza to be our third baseman and keep DJ at second because
Yeah,
Peraza, he shows that he can handle the hot corner, and he's a lot younger, and I feel like DJ could stay a little bit more healthier at second.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm
DJ is
not
actually
opposed to
a
that
Gold
idea.
Glove second baseman. DJ is actually a
Yeah.
Gold Glove second baseman.
That was when they said that Boone's expecting DJ to play a lot more third base. I thought that was really confusing. Because Peraza would make a good third. I like the idea of Peraza and Volpe on that side of the infield. I think that creates a vacuum where nothing's going to get through. Because I think that especially Peraza's got that range. Volpe, I think, will improve on it. I think he's got all the talent to improve from last year. And like I said, if they had a stronger roster last year, I don't think we're having the conversations about Volpe that we are. I think he would do just fine. He's not one of those rookies that's going to come up and carry a team. That's not what he was going to. He couldn't. He's not going to do that. He shouldn't have had to do that. So I'm not giving up on Volpe at short. You don't bring this guy up. You don't start it. There's a couple of things. They started his clock early. Yankees don't do that. They always wait until they get that extra year. They didn't wait this year with him. So they're going to want to get their return on that. So you also, he had the 20 home runs, 20 stolen base season. So his bat, even though the batting average wasn't there, he did have signs of productivity on offense. And he did win the Gold Glove. So I can't see them, calling up this rookie, winning a Gold Glove, having the impact on the offense that he has. I don't think they're going to fuck with him. They're going to leave him short for another season.
Oh, that's a given. There's not even a question about that.
That is a given.
Yeah.
Ruben, interesting. He's got a little bit of a different point, so we'll definitely want to bring that up. I keep Torres. Our main issue in the postseason has been offense. Gleyber hits in the postseason. We are going for it. Let's not weaken the offense with any what ifs. But Ruben says Peraza needs to take third base from DJ. I personally don't feel it would be wise to weaken our offense. I mean, that's an interesting point.
Solid take.
That is a solid comment, but then you think about do you really want to give up Gleyber Torres? Do you want to lose Gleyber Torres for nothing when he's a free agent? Because
I'd rather get
You could
volume
also
back.
play. Well, you could play it by year at the trade deadline. Torres doesn't have to be traded right now.
No,
I think because of to Ruben's point, and I think that it's something that we all agree on. It's do we want to get rid of that bat so early in the season? You know what I mean? Torres is so fucking tricky because he's not going to be here long term. Do you want to take the risk of losing his value if he has a tough first half? That's tough. Look at Torres screwing us all up now.
I mean, but it's a good thing we're talking about it, right? These are some good problems.
These are great problems
the
to
Yankees
have.
These are great problems to have. These aren't bad problems. And I like Gleyber Torres, just so everybody knows. I'm a big Gleyber Torres fan. I like the guy, but I don't see the Yankees sticking with him long term. And just get
the QL playing off
him. Go and get the comp pick. I mean, yeah.
That's
look. I like Gleyber, but I love the team more.
Correct.
I mean, if he's gonna help us recoup some of that pitching that we lost, look, we've been one of the trade Torres, but like Taz was saying, he's too streaky. Now that he actually played a little bit better last year, it's the best time to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like what D-Rod's saying. Contract years are motivating for players. So, Torres, it shouldn't be this complex. A guy like Torres should be more cut and dry. But Ruben's point with his bat, with the offense and the postseason, that's a very persuading point. Especially with the comp pick, if they keep him all year. Because they're going to offer the qualifying offer. He's not going to take it.
Yeah.
No.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
That's definitely a wait and see kind of thing.
Maybe Soto can get Gleyber to actually play better defense. Maybe this year might be different because we have Soto. Maybe he can talk to him.
Oh my God.
And off the rails we go.
Wait, there are no rails, Tats.
No.
Now the entire world knows about D-Rod
So,
fantastic.
he's streaking. Yeah. Yeah. Remember a few months ago, he was talking about Gleyber Torres' underwear line. I think he was modeling for him or something. So
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's right. I remember
that. we got the OG Hype Beast J. Because I think there's going to be a lot more trades happening. We have many MLB ready guys. They are not going to make the team now. There's definitely more moves coming. There's got to be more on the trade market. What I had said, we have our big trade that we got with Soto. I'm optimistic with Yamamoto for our big free agent signing. But then all we have to do is just plug in some pieces. We don't have to scrape the bottom of the barrel, but we don't need, we don't have to keep going through all the superstar names. We don't need the highlight reel. We just need to keep it going. Maybe a couple of bullpen pieces, but bullpen arms, especially if you want them as a closer, they're going to cost money.
I mean,
they do need a closer.
Yeah, I was about to say something. Me and TC Stills agree. I think because he's a little bit more cheaper than Class A. I'm gonna keep saying this. I think they need to call Milwaukee up and try to get Devin Williams.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, he could be he'd be a good piece for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm not opposed to Class A though. Man,
No.
Yeah, I would welcome him. And then
And to
Yuki
Rob's dad,
Matsui's another one.
After the show, man, and we'll talk.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be fun. I could just see him busting Rob's balls.
That could definitely be set up.
Busting Rob's ball, that'd be phenomenal. Well,
Rob's
everyone
all
will
right,
have
I'm
to
done.
watch that.
I'm out of here. Oh man.
The pitching. Ruben's got a point regarding the pitching. Because say we go Yamamoto, you aren't absolutely desperately in the market for pitching because we'll remember we've got Clark Schmidt as well, and we've got Nestor Cortez. So we do have enough for a starting rotation. So there's things to think about. At the moment, I'm still very much a proponent of trading Torres because I really want to give Peraza a shot. I think Peraza deserves this, a chance that he didn't get last year. And And Peraza already showed that if you give him playing time, extended playing time, that he does fine. He does better. He just needs that consistent at bats where he doesn't have the pressure of, if I don't get a hit in this at bat, I'm going to be sent down to AAA. If you give him that confidence, he starts to get better, and his batting average improves and his numbers improve. That's what I saw from Peraza last year, and his defense is always there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Donald. And this is what I've been saying because a lot of people are, discrediting Peraza. The guy has not played a full season at all.
Yep.
So you have to give him a chance like you did Anthony Volpe. You got to give him a chance. So he hasn't had a lot of major league, baseball experience. He's played in some games, but he needs a full year. Let's give him a full year. Let's give him a chance. Let's see what he's made of.
I agree.
Yeah, he hasn't played enough to get a full look on him. It's tough. I like this comment here from Ruben. All right, because Ruben's bringing it today with the points. Let's just give him the qualifying offer, get the comp pick. We've done amazing with our picks recently. If he does accept the qualifying offer, then you could trade him. That's
all
right. You know what? I'm playing into what Ruben's selling.
Yeah.
Donald, what do you think?
I don't think a comp pick is enough for Gleyber Torres. Sorry. I do think that I want to maximize his value, but I don't think you're going to maximize his value by letting his contract run out and getting a comp pick. He's worth more than that. I think we should be trading him to the Marlins and getting some really good prospects. I mean, as Ruben points out, go Beater and Will Warren and etc. That's great, but you can never have enough good prospects. So if Gleyber Torres gets us some more good prospects, there's literally no downside to that. There's zero downside to that.
What if
we've got a ton of infield prospects? So with the addition of Juan Soto, do we desperately need Gleyber Torres? I say no.
Yeah, a comp pick has become like Trout before, just saying. No, we're not discrediting the comp pick. I think what it is the value for Torres, not just the pick itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's minimizing the comp pick. I think it still comes down to if the right offer comes on, is out there, then you do it.
Yeah.
We're not saying. I don't think we're saying. Ruben, I don't think you're saying there's no. Don't trade him just for the comp pick. If the right move is not out there.
What do you think? Should we trade Gleyber Torres? Should we trade Gleyber Torres? What do you think?
I guess that's a yes.
I have a lot to say about the matter. She says yes.
No.
Yep.
Where's your answer? Thanks, doggy.
There's my answer.
All right. FJ throws in Torres to this for Crochet.
It's going to take a lot more than Torres to get Crochet. Sorry, Tess.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tess.
He's young.
No.
He's young.
Yeah.
And
I would love to have Crochet.
How many controllable years?
I don't know.
Let me check.
I was just
say, he would be perfect because he's a lefty too, power arm lefty.
Mm-hmm.
That would,
he's like
that
what,
would replace,
6'6"?
Yeah, he's tall.
And that would replace Peralta. That would replace Wandy as a lefty reliever. Huh.
Yeah. Nah, Crochet's a beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he comes with three. He comes with 3 controllable years. He's not a free agent until 2027, and he's on the cheap.
That's gonna cost a lot.
Yeah, he's on the cheap, and he's expected to make $770,000. So I mean, yeah. But it's going to take a lot more than Gleyber to get
it's going to
Crochet.
be.
Mm-hmm.
I would welcome that, but it's going to cost some pieces.
Yeah, that's going to be another one that hurts. One of those types of trades.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. You know, I don't think it could be ruled out.
Yeah.
Also, you guys all know. He's been looking. You know, we all know Dane. We all know Ruben.
Mhm.
We all know YYU. They're getting ready to put out, an episode on rankings. I'll definitely be tuned into that. It's the Yankees farm. That's a great show to keep up on, especially in the off season. Yeah.
Personality.
D-Rod came back from streaking.
Oh, look, the dog agrees.
Ooh, I thought I made the dog angry. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
But, I do. Oh.
If you get a ring with Torres, you would take? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to block anybody. I don't want to block Peraza by keeping Torres. Urias, is another one I don't want to block.
Urias is a big name that is talked about, and he's apparently, they're talking about him being the future of this team. So,
Donald, you look like you're freezing.
It's really freaking cold. It's unbelievably cold.
I mean, considering where you are, I would imagine so.
It's unbelievably cold, people.
You
Yeah.
didn't even want to get out from under the covers this morning.
I didn't. I really didn't.
DJ's in guarantee. Sorry, I was just reading Ruben's comments here. So.
I mean, we're almost at the end here. Next time, we just got to have Ruben come on and talk with us.
Heck yeah!
I was about to say, Ruben, we agree on that, but I don't think the front office agrees with that because they don't look at the talent most per se. They look at how much are they paying the player, and I mean, look at Donaldson last year. Look how long it took for us to say Donaldson, just go. We good.
It took him half the season.
When we wanted him gone before he even swung the bat for the first time. We never even wanted him yet.
No.
And he did
so that's what they look at
to win us over.
No.
Actually, the only game of his that stands out was the Grand Slam and the Judge game. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
One game.
That's just a point here. Has there been any news on Ohtani so far? He's stalling the free agent market. Ohtani's acting like he's LeBron freaking James.
He's a diva.
Yeah.
Ohtani's a diva. I'm sorry.
Ohtani is expected to make a decision by Sunday, apparently. But I also heard that he's meeting with the Dodgers on Monday. So, who knows?
I'm in, Brad. Send me the ticket. I'm in. I can't deal with the cold. I'm a summer guy. I can't deal with this. That's it. Ohtani's acting like he's freaking LeBron James, man. Like he's a total diva. Oh my God. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah. I wonder how he's feeling about some of these news breaking out about him.
Well, I love watching him hit, but look at the reality here. He didn't pitch at the end of the year. He cleared out his locker a month before the season ended. And now he's just like parading himself like he's the king of baseball. Right. Great player, but calm the frick down, man. You ain't LeBron James. You ain't Derek Jeter. You know what I mean? You ain't.
No, I just think it's a culture thing where he's just he doesn't want the spotlight.
Yeah.
He's loving the spotlight.
He doesn't want the spotlight.
That's not really normal for the Japanese culture. Normally, the Japanese culture is very humble, you look at guys like Matsui, who's a very humble guy, very quiet guy. very professional guy. And you got Soto, who's acting like he's above it all. I don't love it. I don't
No.
love it.
I forget who it was. Was it Harold that called him out on the MLB Network?
Yeah.
Saying stop threatening.
Another guy called him out was
it's like stop threatening teams.
Mad Dog Russo called him out too.
Yeah. He's like, you are the hot ticket this offseason. You are going to be in the papers. This is
crazy.
This is what you signed up for.
What's crazy with somebody that don't want the spotlight, he's being very dramatic.
Hey, he's very dramatic. You're right.
Yeah.
Good point.
And last couple of days I was like, I don't know what Ohtani was expecting. Like, looking at in this day and age, like, information is going to get out. So when Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, said, "Oh yeah, we did," the Dodgers did meet with Ohtani. It was about a 2 to 3 hour meeting. Like, if Ohtani says, "Oh well, he leaked this report, I'm not signing with the Dodgers," it's like,
it's
dude,
bad for his business.
Yeah, it's like you're making yourself look bad, dude. You're not doing yourself any favors. News is gonna come out. Like, it's gonna come out. Like, I don't know what else you want. Like, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Chris got a good point. It's like, bro, I don't like New York. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's acting like he's the media mogul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, come to me. I'm the star.
And Cashman did reach out for Ohtani, but Ohtani said he wasn't interested in New York. But which I'm not surprised. And honestly, I didn't want him anyway. Personally.
Exactly.
I didn't want him either.
Here's another way of looking at it. Be like, okay, so say it was Ohtani we signed yesterday as opposed to trading for Soto. Would we be as excited? I personally wouldn't be.
No.
Yeah. If they signed Ohtani yesterday instead of Juan Soto, for example, I would have been like, hey, you know what? Cool. Like, we got Ohtani, but I wouldn't be doing cartwheels. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. I'm the same. I'd be like, shit, we just got one of the best hitters in baseball. That's exciting. But there would be a lot of questions in the back of my mind going, what about the Tommy John? What about his arm? Is he going to last? He's going to play DH. What's going to happen with Stanton? You know what I mean? Soto is in his prime. He's legit. There's no concerns. He's going to be freaking awesome. That's why there's different levels to this. And I think that Ohtani should calm down a little bit. He should calm down a little bit on the old diva behavior.
I think it's just proven that he's got more of an ego than he wants to let on.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that whole humbleness thing or whatever is kind of
to
some extent.
The privacy thing that only goes so far.
Has he taken his team to the postseason? Has he won a World Baseball Classic?
Like FJ pointed out, he's like, the sports entertainment business is, the perfect profession for someone who doesn't want the spotlight. It's like, exactly. It's like you can't. It's like sitting here on the live stream and not wanting to give your opinion. That's what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're sitting on this screen, to give our opinion. That's the job that we chose. If you chose to be an athlete, you opted to go to free agency, and you are the reigning MVP. You have all these accolades, all these people, chasing you all over from around the world. But you don't want to be in the media. You don't want to be in the media. Come on now. I don't buy it. I think he's I think he's turning into just being a fucking pompous ass. I'm glad that we're not getting him.
I don't see a fit in New York. Even though he say himself didn't like New York, I just don't think he's a fit with the Yankees. He just seems a little bit. It's not the personality. He should take a leaf out of Matsui's book. He really should, and Ichiro's book. Two Hall of Fame caliber players should take a leaf out of their book. How you carry yourself, mature, professional, teammate.
Ohtani's
Sorry,
just
I'm just laughing at D-Rod's comment.
Oh,
Living the vida loca.
Yeah, he was definitely living La Vida
So
Loca.
don't ever do that again.
and
So, guys,
I
let
want to
me
say this
ask you
too
this
about
question.
Otani.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Can I say this one last thing about Otani? So I think the only why he's acting like this because he knows he's not going to be pitching very long. I think he maybe pitched 2 or 3 seasons if he gets a 10 to 13 year contract. But I don't think I think at a certain point he's going to stop.
Yeah, no, he's not lasting for all.
No,
It's a waste of a contract. That's the one thing, and that was the main reason I don't want Ohtani, because he's going to get paid as a two-way player, where he's only going to have that ability. You're not even going to get him two-way player this season, and who knows going forward. But even before he got the injury, Donald will tell you, last year I was starting to say it. I don't. You're going to get what, maybe 2-3 years out of him as a two-way player, but you're going to have to pay him like that for 10? No, pass.
Exactly. I love watching him hit. Don't get me wrong. I love watching him hit. It's electric. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. You're going to pay him $600 million to be a two-way pitcher, and he's a DH.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you're guaranteed with is he's going to be a DH. You're no guaranteed that he's going to be a healthy starter. So with Soto, you're guaranteed that he's going to be in the lineup every single day. He's going to be awesome. So, that's why I'm far more excited about a Soto acquisition than an Ohtani. And I'm not discrediting Ohtani. He's freaking good, and he's freaking good for baseball. But I don't love when he cleared out his locker before the season ended. He's acting like he's above the Angels. I didn't love the fact that he kind of held the Angels hostage all season by basically making it very clear that he's not going to be there. I don't think that's the way you should carry yourself, and it's totally different than the culture that he's been brought up in. But whatever culture you're brought up in, I don't think this is the way you should carry yourself in.
No. I don't think you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wonder if some teams will be okay with Ohtani. If Ohtani was to never pitch a game again, would some teams still consider him? Because the guy has an amazing bat. I mean, the guy hits 300, over 300. He's consistently hitting, 40 home runs. That alone right there, even if he never pitched a game again, he's going to bring it offensively. I mean, I'm just kind of looking at it from another side as well. I know he's a two-way player, but it's just something to think about.
On Ohtani, then I'm going to get to I want to get to these last couple of comments from Ruben that he asked before we dip out. But if there's a scenario where we don't have Stanton clogging the DH, as much as I scream I wanted him in the outfield, the reality is his ability to field on a daily basis is done. And you were able to get Ohtani to sign him just as a DH. How could you not want that in your lineup? Right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying. He's going to cost too much money.
Yeah.
And we already handcuffed. We already scream about Stanton's contract, which is considerably cheap for what sluggers are getting these days. He's probably at the bottom of the payroll now. But we still scream how he makes tons of money. But I no way on. I don't think I've ever had a high interest in Ohtani at all. And that's
consistent with that, Tots. One thing I'd like to ask: we've almost got like 30 people in the chat. Could anyone who hasn't hit the like button already, please hit the like button? I'd really, 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 really appreciate it. And if anyone watching hasn't
subscribe button too,
please sub up. So everyone everyone in the chat who hasn't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. It'll certainly help the old algorithm. So everyone do that before we sign off, please. And Brad's gonna give me a little bit of a ribbing here. Hey, Donald, there's a new invention out there called a heater. Maybe you should check it out. Oh, yeah. There's also the invention of this terrible thing called heating costs, which are freaking ridiculous right now.
It is stupid.
Exactly. It costs like $1,000 just to heat it for 5 minutes. So yeah, especially over this.
All right, so Ruben adds in, he's like, if Volpe was already proven to be a good hitter, it would make it easier to trade Torres, but LeMahieu, Volpe, Wells, Stanton, and Rizzo still have questions. Actually, again, Ruben, you're right. There are question marks with LeMahieu. Actually, LeMahieu and Rizzo actually really do concern me. You know, which is why if obviously now we don't have to with Verdugo and Soto. If we had to go to that's why I wasn't opposed to the Bellinger move, because you could easily slid him to first base if Rizzo was having problems. You know, so LeMahieu is. I think they're seasoned enough where they'll be able to adapt if they're having trouble. I think Rizzo was just in a category of his own yesterday because of poor medical management. I don't think it was lost his ability.
Yeah, I was going to say DJ showed some improvement second half of the season. So it was a night to me. There was a night and day difference in the way he was hitting when Sean Casey took over temporarily, and then with Rizzo, actually he was playing well until the concussion.
Tatis's ass.
Yeah.
On FJ's comment, I do want to say I knew there was a reason why I'd be destined to become a content creator, just so I could talk about Major League 3, Back to the Minors. I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
Underrated movie. Shout out FJ. Shout out FJ just for that alone. Brad with a hilarious comment here. Stan has no legs. We don't need Frankenstein at first base. Be like having Uncle Tats at first base. Oh, better looking. No,
better looking.
Oh, double burn.
No, you know what? I called Brad out the other night saying that he was off his game on the insults.
He's making up for it now.
Yeah. He's making up for
it. Oh, shoot.
That does not know, if you knew. Believe me, Brad and I get along very, very well. This is all for fun.
I don't think I had that. We're actually friends.
I have gotten messages. I'm not going to say from who, but I've gotten messages asking what Brad's problem was.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, all right.
He does bust your balls quite a bit. So.
Oh yeah, but
just saying.
Believe me, it's all in fun. It's all in fun.
Yeah.
I've been sitting in this chair long enough with Donald and Rob. I can handle it.
You've had to.
Because the early Donald will tell you the early days before we were doing live streams were brutal. Brutal.
Oh man.
The shit that they put me through.
I can only imagine. All right, this show has gone off the rails now.
What rails?
Oh wait. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, no rails. No rails.
Yeah, see. But yeah, no, I'm gonna fire D right. You're right. But yeah, I know it's you got your game back, Brad, for sure. But let's give our final takes. Between Soto, Cal, Cashman, Torres, whatever we talked about that you want to do one last recap on. And Chris, we'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We got fucking Juan Soto. We got him. So I think the next move is Yamamoto. I know people's like, oh, typical Yankee fans, you always want more. Of course. That's why we're the Yankees.
Anything?
Juan Soto, welcome to the Bronx. Welcome to the New York Yankees. Welcome to the greatest baseball team on earth. We're happy to have you. You're here now. So let's go out there, kick some butt. And kudos to Hal and Cashman for getting it done. I'm including Hal in this because I truly believe that he had a lot of involvement, and I said he would be heavily involved because he does not want his name getting thrown in the dirt, and he does not want his brand being an embarrassment to the baseball world. And my final take with Torres, I know Ruben was going back and forth here with us about the whole Torres thing. I'm still on the side of trading him and getting some value back. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. I know Ruben might feel a little different, and that's fine. I respect his opinion, but that's where I'm at as far as Gleyber goes.
Donald?
Okay, I'm going to keep it simple.
Yep. Oh, I hear it a little bit. You got to hold it a little closer.
Yep.
Everybody say,
start spreading
the news.
The news.
Are you gonna go on America's Got Talent now?
To be a part
Yeah,
of it.
that's just
New York, New York.
He's gonna go on America's Got Talent now. I'll be rooting for you there, Donald.
That's it. So if anybody's interested, there'll be an opening on the show soon because he'll be too famous to hang out with us.
Yeah. Don't forget about us little people there, Donald.
Never.
We'll have to bring Brad in as your replacement.
Oh,
bro, we'll never be able to talk baseball or Yankees.
It'll never be about baseball.
no.
It's all going to be about you there, Uncle Tats.
So, my final take is fuck the Met fans. This is what you get for being so arrogant and thinking that you were going to come in like the big bad bully. We got Soto, you didn't. We're going to get Yamamoto, you won't. And I'll say this one reason why. Yamamoto is not going to want to. Who would he rather have as his teammate? They want to go to the Mets. Who do they got? Alonso. They got a polar bear. We got a Judge. We got a Martian. We got Garrett Cole. Who's he going to want to team up with? So Yamamoto
and we've
is
also
coming.
got a fully functioning Death Star.
And we got a fully operational Death Star.
I was going to say, you got a few comments that are just like hilarious. D-Rod, Brad. D-Rod's funny.
D-Rod's been bringing it with the fun.
He has been bringing it. and then Brad attacking Donald. Oh, my God.
So that's going to wrap things up for us this morning. We appreciate all of you for coming to hang out. And this has been a lot of fun. Soto is here. We're all fucking ecstatic. This is going to be a fun off season. Got drinking. You know what? I could win that contest. I could win that, no problem. You're right there, Nancy.
No.
All right, you're done. You're done.
Will you wrap this up, Tess?
All right. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button. And this has been another insane episode of the Pinstripe Chronicles. It's not even the After Dark show. This is where we're at.
Thank you, Brad.
But as we always say, wear those pinstripes of pride and play hard.
New York.